Here we go. All right, so we had some questions that came in. I hope everybody had a great Christmas time. This is our first after Christmas Zoom call. And the last Zoom call of 2018. Time flies when you're having fun. And this was everybody's picture of Christmas cookies, I'm sure, right? Because everybody stayed on their diet as best they could. Remember, you just do the best you can, and you don't beat yourself up if you go off your diet a little bit, but everybody does the best they can. So I want to go through some questions that people had sent in and some questions that had been raised just this past week. So the first one was, can I use the Rife in bed while a child is in bed with me? Now we get almost every single person asked the question, what about my spouse that's in bed with me? Are they going to be, is there going to be a negative effect on the Rife with the spouse? And the answer is obviously no, it's not. If your spouse, if you're running breast cancer frequencies and frequencies that were specific to you, and your spouse doesn't have breast cancer, then it's not going to positively affect them either. But there's not going to be any ill effects of the Rife. There really isn't any ill effects of the Rife at all, unless your spouse or your child, in this case, has Lyme disease. So if a person has Lyme disease, then you just have to go slow. The only ill effect is if you're running kill programs, Lyme kill programs, if you're running Borrelia programs or some other Lyme co-infection programs, you could kill too quickly and the person could have a detox reaction. Those are not in almost anybody's Rife programs for cancer patients. They're obviously in their Rife programs if you're a Lyme patient. And if you're a Lyme patient and your little child is laying in bed with you, or your spouse is in bed with you, and they also have Lyme, yes, there could be some ill effects. But if you're a cancer patient and the cause of your cancer is not Lyme, you don't have any Lyme frequencies in your overnight program, so there is no ill effects. If you have cancer and your child is sleeping in bed with you, even if it's a brand new newborn, there is no ill effects for the child running cancer programs for your cancer and for your case while the child is in bed with you. Absolutely not. Two of my children, one has 5 children, one has 6 children, so I have 11 grandkids that use the Rife on a very regular basis, and their parents did even when the babies were very, very little. So I always say the Rife is your go-to tool for the rest of the family. So even though you have cancer, if your little 2-year-old is coming down with a horrible flu or a virus or a cold, you should be running cold and flu programs on your baby and other people in the household as well. It should be your go-to. It's not going to be a panacea for every disease, but it should be your first go-to for anything you have coming up. So if you have a real bad cold, you should be running cold programs on your children. Or if they have a stomach flu, you should be running flu programs, something like that. So no, there is no ill effects of using the Rife with a child in bed. Yes, you can use the Rife with a child in bed, even a brand new newborn, even a pregnant mother. So there's no problems with that. Second question, is there a benefit to taking my supplements at a specific time of the day? Now, I thought this was a really good question for a couple of reasons, because I brought this up on can't remember if it was a Zoom call or I made a video about this a few months ago, about taking supplements, just some studies I was doing about taking supplements prior to using the Rife machine. So it ties in with that last question. So what is the Rife machine doing? The Rife machine is hitting cancer cells at a specific frequency. Well, that can help stimulate the uptake of chemotherapy and specific nutraceutical therapy into the cancer cell and help kill the cancer cell as well. So there can be some benefits to taking supplements right before you do your Rife time, which would be for 95% of the people right before you go to bed. So taking your supplements, especially your cancer-killing type supplements like mushrooms or Protocell or whatever you're taking for killing the cancer, whatever we have you on, taking that nighttime dose right before you go to bed. Number two, there can be a huge benefit to breaking supplements up through the day. And I've said this over and over again. All supplements are food-based, right? Hopefully most of them are food-based, or they're nutraceuticals or herbs that have a half-life in your body. That means they will be broken down by your own body's metabolic activity and utilized and gone pretty soon. So if I have a habit of taking all my supplements right away when I wake up in the morning, and I don't take any supplements the rest of the day, and I wait till tomorrow morning to take my supplements again, those supplements are long gone before the end of the day comes about. So you want to break up supplements as best you can. Some people are really good at that. Some people use a little app on their phone, a little reminder app, so it tells them to take their supplements, so that helps them remember to take their supplements. Some people put their supplements in the bathroom, so every morning, when they get up, they remember to take their supplements. When they brush their teeth, they remember to take their supplements when they brush their teeth before they go to bed. Whatever your habit pattern is, however you have your setup, it's best to break it up into as many different stages as possible. Morning, lunch, and dinner would be great, or morning, lunch, and bedtime would be great, but at least morning and bedtime, and getting them right before you go to bed can be super beneficial because it can be really beneficial when you have the Rife running. So Donna, you had a question. I've unmuted you. You can ask your question.
Yes, thank you. I hope you had a good Christmas.
Thank you.
Now, what about the TRE? If we take our supplements just before bed, then we're eating like in late morning, maybe early afternoon, if we want to try to keep our TRE schedule.
Yep. So the only thing that I'd say that would break your TRE is if you're taking your greens drink. So is that what you're speaking about? Is like you're doing your green drink right before you go to bed, and that's breaking your TRE?
No, right now I try to have everything done by about 6 o'clock. Everything, I break up my vitamins throughout the day, and so I start probably when I have breakfast late in the morning, like 9:30 or 10, and I try to eat no later than 5, but sometimes it goes to 6, and then I don't eat or drink anything other than water after that. So I'm wondering if I took those nutraceuticals before I went to bed, is that breaking the TRE?
No, I would say no. The only thing that would be breaking your TRE is if you're drinking a big greens shake. So if one of your nutraceuticals, I don't have your file in front of me, if one of your nutraceuticals is medicinal mushrooms,
Yes,
and you're putting it in a green drink or something like that, then yes, you would be. So then you might want to take your evening, if you're trying to get it right before you go to, you're doing the Rife right before you go to bed, like we're talking about in this talk, you could take the mushrooms in a different form before you go to bed, like putting it in a little bit of water, shaking it up, guzzling it, and then just chasing it with some water.
Yeah.
I know it tastes pretty awful.
Yeah.
But if you're not getting a lot of calories in, and certainly your supplements don't count for that at all, you could take your supplements. That does not break your time restricted eating.
Oh, even the hard supplements?
No, not at all. Yes, you can take those.
Great. Okay. All right.
Okay, next question is, are there any negatives to taking supplements immediately before doing a sauna? Good question. First of all, it's a good idea to take minerals before you do a sauna, especially if you're doing a saunas on a daily basis. and you really, really sweat a lot, which is what you want to do in a sauna. You don't want to be losing too many electrolytes. But I think there is some huge benefits to taking supplements, because one of the question the person asked was, am I losing all my supplements through sweating while doing a sauna? No, you're not losing any supplements during the sweating. You are losing some minerals, which are electrolytes, sweating, and you're losing a lot of toxins sweating. That's the whole idea of doing a sauna. But the other benefit of doing a sauna, other than detoxification, is that you're creating a fever-like state by raising your core body temperature a couple of degrees, and that helps increase circulation, which can increase circulation and oxygenation to a tumor, which, if I have those nutraceuticals running through my veins at that time, it can help mobilize nutraceuticals to the tumor site as well. So I think it can be a great positive to take supplements prior to doing a sauna. So maybe if you want to try to organize your day, if you're doing a sauna, you could do a sauna maybe an hour or so before bed. You take your supplements prior to the sauna, you do the sauna, and then you dry off and you get ready for bed, and then you're doing the Rife. I don't know, just a thought to organize your day. I don't have a sauna simply because I just don't have time to do it, which is a sad and sorry comment. But saunas are great. They're a great detoxification tool. And I think taking supplements prior to sauna could be a great idea. It makes sense, at least to me. Next question, what's your favorite Christmas present you received? Well, my favorite Christmas present received is something that I am going to tonight. My wife and daughters bought me tickets to Les Mis, my favorite play. And if you do not like Les Mis, we don't need to talk anymore. No, I'm just kidding. But Les Mis has always been one of my favorite plays, and I'm going to see that tonight. So fantastic. So we don't have a lot of people on the call, but I'm going to unmute you and ask and open it up to questions and see if anybody has any other questions.
Yes, I do again. I haven't been able to talk to you. I hope you have a good time at your play tonight. That's wonderful.
Yes.
I have several things. Got your email on, I don't know how to say this, when you're losing weight. I don't know how you pronounce it.
It's called cachexia. Cachexia. Still there, Donna? I lost you. All right, Donna, I lost you. I can't hear you. I don't know if your mic went out. But if you have a question on cachexia, I will challenge you to go to our YouTube video, our YouTube channel. And if you look up YouTube Dr. Kevin Connors, that is our YouTube channel that I have multiple videos on cachexia. So if you search down through the videos, then you'll be able to see the videos that I have on there, and you can watch those. Donna, are you back? Nope.
I'm back now, thank you.
Oh,
I don't know what happened.
I don't know if you were able to hear me during that time, but I said a good thing to do learning about cachexia is to go to our YouTube channel, or if I remember tomorrow in the office, or you could email me tomorrow, I can have one of the girls search those videos and email you the links to those videos. I made several videos on cachexia and some things that you could do for that if you're losing weight, and give you some ideas. What's going on? Tell me a little bit.
Well, I did have my blood work done on last Tuesday. All I got back was my CBC. I haven't gotten my cancer numbers back yet. That was another question that I was going to ask you about. They weren't as hopeful as I thought they were. None of them went out of range, but they were, the ones that were in range were going in the wrong direction, trying to get out of range.
Okay, so do you have that blood work that you can email me to?
Yeah, I was waiting to get the other blood work before I sent them both to you.
Okay.
But yeah, I can send that to you. The hemoglobin went from like 9.4 to 9.5, so it wasn't a big jump. And I'm just wondering, that was another question I was going to have. I don't mean to have rabbit trails here, but about blood, fusions, because I had several friends that would be willing to donate blood just to get my hemoglobin back up.
So I am all in favor of getting packed red cells or an infusion to pump up your hemoglobin. However, you're going to probably have a hard pressed time to get a doctor to do it unless it gets down to about 7.5. So it depends on if you have an independent clinic that you're going to, that somebody will do that. But I know that most hospital standards are that your hemoglobin has to get down to 7 or 7.5 before they'll give you any red blood cells.
Yeah, I've had to have some before. I think my regular just family doctor would be able to do it. He knows where I'm at with this.
Okay, good. And that could be extremely helpful to do that. You could instantly have like twice as much energy. So that could be very helpful. So I'm in big favor of doing that.
Okay. And then the final question I have is,
I lost you again, Donna. We must be having some trouble with your connection there. So, Donna, I'm going to sign off and I'll let you just email me those questions and we'll try to get back to you tomorrow. I'll have the girls get connected with you if you don't get a chance to listen to this and get back on. So, all right. It doesn't look like we have any other questions and we're about time to close out. So I will say goodbye to everybody and I hope everybody got exactly what they wanted for Christmas. Thank you, and we will talk next week.